What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are fueled up. We got our coffee. We got our Moab burrito. We hit up the best gas station, my favorite one, and honestly, and also the cheapest one in town too. This is the only gas station in Vegas that is under $3 a gallon for a gallon of diesel. So not only do they have the Moab burrito, but they got the cheap fuel. But anyway, guys, we got the trailer. Oh man, pulled a newbie mistake. Look at that. Luckily, my little cap is magnetic. Cover that up. All right. Hey, look at that long-nosed Pete, too, though. That thing's sweet. But anyways, guys, I don't know if you can see there in the mirror. We got our trailer hooked up. We got the truck fueled up. And we're on the way to pick up another vehicle. Now, this one, I'm not going to tell you what it is just yet, but it is definitely something I've never had before. And I've had so many different vehicles. I've had pretty much any vehicle you can think of, I've had one way or another. So I got about an hour and 45-minute drive ahead of me. So I'll get back with you guys once we have secured the goods. And also, guys, I'm rocking my hats, Frank Built Performance. Got the shirt as well. And you can get all these at frankbuiltperformance.com, along with all your diesel parts and accessories for your Cummins, Power Stroke, Duramax pickup trucks. And one thing too, along with all the parts that we carry that are all top quality, our merchandise is top quality as well. These hats are Richardson trucker hats. They're high quality, they're not junk. These shirts, these are Gildan. They're super soft. The material we use for the sticker or the print itself is actually super light too. I hate those super heavy shirts. And really, I'm telling you guys this because the other day I purchased some merchandise and I was very disappointed with the quality. It was basically a hoodie and it was like 70 bucks, which it is what it is. You know, I got entered a giveaway and I really only got the hoodie for my wife. I don't wear hoodies and, you know, t-shirts and everything else. I'm pretty much going to wear my brand anyway. But again, got entered to win. I wanted to support this this other YouTuber that I watched forever, and I honestly, I gotta say, I was very disappointed with the quality, especially for the money. So that definitely kind of stuck with me, and why I want to make sure I give you guys a quality product, whether it's a part for your vehicle, whether it's a transmission for your truck, or even these hats and these shirts. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That was a little bit of a rant that I had. Also a shameless plug, of course, for my own merchandise and for frankbuiltperformance.com, where you can get all your performance parts and accessories. Best way to support the channel. Appreciate you guys. One of the cool things about doing random deals like this is that you get to explore places you've never really ever seen. So here I am in the middle of nowhere, Nevada, called Alamo. Never been here in my 30 years of life. Probably might not ever come back. So kind of cool to not only buy new things, but, you know, check things out. So let's see what we get into. Well, we got a little bit of a problem because this is the address that the map sent me to, but I don't think this is right. I didn't see the truck that I'm looking for. And yeah, I don't have any internet service or cell service out here. So I think I'm just gonna kind of drive around because I can't really get a hold of anybody. I haven't had cell service for about 30 minutes. So a little adventure time. Not gonna lie, walking down that driveway to that property or whatever had a eerie feeling. Felt like somebody was gonna come out with like a double barrel shotgun telling me to get off their land or something. Kind of has that vibe to it, but just gonna kind of drive around and see if I at least spot the vehicle I'm looking for and see if I can get some cell service. I don't know. This is where it led me, but I don't see any address numbers either. So that's what kind of, at least on that property. So maybe it's somewhere else. Man, I am not having any luck. I don't see any, how do they get mail delivered out here? I don't see any like house numbers or anything I'm looking for. So yeah, kind of interesting. All right, I finally found some street numbers. I'm a couple down, so gonna turn around and see what we find. The only problem is I don't have any cell service to call the guy once I do find his place, and all these places are kind of big and spread out. I don't want to just be walking up on someone's random property, but guess we will see. All right, we got everything secured. Don't know if you can see it in the back, little sneak peek. Finally got everything done, made the deal, worked it out. We're about to hit the road. Met the guy, super cool guy, his name's Cord. I guess he actually has a YouTube. I'm gonna get it from him later in the video. I'll shout him out. Super cool dude, super stoked on this deal. Gonna hit the road and then I'll finally show you guys what we got. All right guys, we made it back safe and sound, package secured, and you know, freaked my wife out a little bit because I didn't have cell service for a few hours and I didn't really tell her where I was going exactly. She knew I was going somewhere to pick up a vehicle, but anyway, I digress. We made it, we're alive, and without further ado, check it out. So we got ourselves into a 96 Dodge Ram 2500. Of course, it's got the Cummins turbo diesel, but what's unique about this, at least for me, is this right here. That thingy, that right there. Fun fact, I'm not a big fan of manual trucks. I love manual cars, and I do love a manual. They're fun to drive, but in a truck, I like just being able to get in and shift it. So this is only my second manual truck that I've ever owned, and ow, golly, freaking noob here. And here, this will be my first 12 valve I've ever owned. So overall, pretty stoked about it. It is a pretty decent truck, all things considered. Of course, we got a bumper we got to repair. The wheels and tires are not quite my style. It did come with a new cleaner bed, not new, but a cleaner bed. You can see this bed's got some damage on her. And this bed actually has, you know, the Rhino line, Line X, whatever. And it came with a auxiliary fuel tank and toolbox. So that was pretty cool. This side's got a little bit more beat up, but overall, I'm pretty stoked with it. Interior is in pretty good shape. The dash is cracked, as every second gen dash is, but not as bad as some I've seen. It does have a cracked windshield, but I mean, overall, it is a really clean truck. Of course, this has the seat over there that's worn out. So overall, I'm super excited. Hope you guys are too. First 12 valve and second manual, but first manual on the channel. So anyway, got to get this thing unloaded. Got to do the first modification I always do to every Dodge I own. We don't have a ghost trailer, so go ahead and put those down. Look at how much better it looks already. Just one simple trick.
The next day.
All right, it's the next day, guys. I had to get back to work. Getting the truck took a little longer than I expected, but I just wanted to give a big appreciation to this bad boy. This thing is doing exactly what I bought her for. She towed that truck back, no problem. Again, it's not super heavy, of course, but you know, still 80, 85 miles an hour, didn't break a sweat. That Frank built 68 just ate it up, and overall, super happy with the truck. But anyway, let's get back to the 12 valve that we're here for. So when I came in, I was curious to see how much this thing would leak on the ground, because it does have a couple leaks, but to my surprise, it's actually not terrible. We only got, what, 2 little spots here. And, you know, with how it looks under here, I'm definitely a little bit surprised that that's all we got. So once everybody gets here, we'll go ahead and pull all these trucks out and we'll get this thing washed up, and I'll take you guys on a little test drive. We also got to get the bed taken off. Well, I was just playing around with it and trying to get this new suction cup mount set up, but I just did something to the transmission, I guess. It's stuck in a gear. I don't know. I can't get it out of I think it's in fifth. Wonder, put the T case in neutral, start it up. Well, that makes sense. That's my luck with 12 valves. What the heck? All right, so I went ahead and popped the shifter out, and you can see this, trying to get my focus here. You can see where that tang is like rocked back, basically in the fifth gear position. So I think somehow this the shifter itself might have popped up and over, and it couldn't get back behind here. So we're gonna see if we can just get a pry bar in here, get it unstuck. Oh, well, that was easy. Now, I think we'll be all right. Stick this back in here, and moment of truth. Oh, butter. All right, now we should be good. We got good engagement through all the gears, and I'll just now know to kind of be easier on it when I'm playing around. So now we'll go ahead and get the bed off the bed. We will get the engine bay cleaned up, and we'll take it out for the first spin. All right, you got to be willing to get dirty to get your truck clean, but overall, well worth the effort. Still quite a bit of dirt to get up. You can see just how nasty this thing was, but it's starting to look a little better. So I just discovered another little issue with the truck. So when I went to put the tailgate on, I got two of them with the truck, but put this one on, and the bedside, this bedside is actually kind of coming out, which if you guys know second gens, these bedsides fall all kinds of apart. You can see there's like a weld here, that somebody else has tried to do already. So what I just did was hit it with ratchet straps and kind of pull the bed together. I can show you guys what it looks like as an actual truck now with the bed off. I don't know if I showed you guys, it's got a fuel tank and a toolbox set up in it with the transfer flow fuel pump dealio. So I mean, that's cool. We're gonna go get her on her maiden voyage. I gotta take some parts up to my buddies at All Hose, get some custom hoses made actually for Justin's truck. So man, my feet are all slippery, but let's go. Oh my God, that buzzing, that's gotta go. All right guys, so we made it to All Hose. No problem, truck drove great. I didn't record the drive there because my phone was actually dying. So, cruising down the road, man, this thing drives so great. Hopefully this thing's not too loud and you guys can hear me talk. I don't have the microphone. But, yeah, man, I am stoked with how this thing drives. We got the engine cleaned up as much as we can. We're probably gonna have to clean it again. Realistically, I need like a hot pressure washer. That would just eat up all that oil. And really because oil like that, that's like old diesel-y oil, and then this truck's been driven in the dirt most of its life, so it's like super baked on oily dirt. It just makes a mess. So probably gonna have to clean it once or twice again. Try to use maybe a different degreaser. I'm gonna try some things out. These second gens just always seem to have like the worst oil, like baked on stuff. Crispy. She runs so good. So smooth. She runs phenomenally. Ran it on the highway, 75 miles an hour. Didn't overheat. Just cruising. Plenty of power on tap. The previous owner, he did say he did some modifications to the pump. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff I know you can do to these pumps, and I believe the injectors are stock, or maybe they're aftermarket. I honestly don't know. I just know that it runs smooth. It doesn't smoke all that much, and it moves real happy. I mean, it's a really smooth running truck, which is very rare in my experience for like a used 12 valve. Usually you got to do a bunch of work to make them nice again. So again, outside of the condition of the interior and the aesthetics, this thing, I mean, she's as solid as they come. I am super stoked. I forgot to mention though too, right now I'm chilling in some ice cold AC. It's not that hot out today, but I was just kind of like flexing the fact that the AC works in this thing. So that's another major plus and something you don't often see in an old truck. All right, I had to get dirty again to try to clean up the truck some more. I mean, I'm a mess, but I wanted to hit it with the pressure washer while it was actually hot. I figured if I hit it while it was hot, it would kind of everything would be kind of loosened up, and it definitely helped quite a bit. It's gonna be harder to see here, but yeah, overall came out a little bit better. Like I said, it's gonna take a couple more times of cleaning it to really get it looking good. But overall, it's much cleaner than it was. I even hit the wheel and tire to kind of see what it would look like, but now you guys can get a good look of this thing actually looking like a truck, which is super sweet. Looks like we got a newer set of Bilstein shocks, and everything under here looks really good. We got some Optima batteries. Now we do have to fix one thing though, and I think I'm gonna try to fix it tonight, which is the vacuum for the AC. What's super rare about this truck as well is that the four-wheel drive actually works as factory. The vacuum actuator works, all the vacuum lines hook up, like the four-wheel drive works as it should, but the HVAC is stuck in defrost. So we're gonna go ahead and smoke test the vacuum system to see if we can find a leak and fix that HVAC system. All right, my phone died, but we went ahead and did a smoke test. Got my little smoke machine here, and if you guys don't know how these work, they literally just produce smoke. You put shop air to them, you put battery power to them, put a little fluid in them, and then what I did was I connected it to the vacuum system, just plugged it in here basically at the feed, and On these, the second gens, it goes all the way around and goes into the heater core area. Basically this little hose here, and it wasn't leaking, but what I did find was, if you look at this hose, it's kind of like deformed and almost looks like it was pinched down. And if you try to like blow through it, like it doesn't flow any air. So thinking that this is going to be our culprit, and ordered some hose, and we'll get a hose that kind of, I cut this off already obviously, and we'll just put a union there and see if that fixes our issue, which would make sense that it is a restriction, because obviously if we had a leak, then our four-wheel drive system, cruise control, some of the other functions that run off the vacuum system wouldn't work. But if you have a plug, then you know the rest of the vacuum system is holding vacuum. All right, so moment of truth. We got the new line on that vacuum setup. We got all the vacuum lines hooked back up. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Well, that wasn't necessarily it. Woo! All right, found that this little elbow was actually leaking all the vacuum, and now we have AC blowing out the vents. We can try the different settings. Oh yeah, we got the floors working. Oh man, I love an easy fix like that. That is awesome. So guys, I think now is a good time to come clean with you and kind of admit something about this truck, and that is that I have no intention of keeping this truck. Now, I originally bought this truck in hopes of doing a trade deal with another guy with another truck, so gonna be working on that, see if that goes through. And otherwise, what we're gonna do is basically fix this thing up, make it a lot nicer. I mean, we'll do a lot of stuff with it. We'll have some fun with it if we end up keeping it for a little bit, but ultimately I do intend to just sell it if this trade deal doesn't work out. If this trade deal works out, that truck I intend to keep just a bit longer. Knowing me though, it'll probably get sold. Now, the reason I tell you guys this is because in the past I bought trucks and I've said we're gonna keep them forever and ever. I just want to set expectations this time. So with that, I think it's a great time to go ahead and end this video. If you're interested in seeing what we end up doing with this truck, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys want to check out some of the other videos we got going, check them out. We got been uploading videos like crazy, trying to really stay ahead of the curve this time around, so super excited. And once again, guys, check out Frank Built Performance for all your Power Stroke, Duramax, Cummins, diesel pickup parts and accessories. And of course, get you some Frank Built Performance apparel. Guys, that is the best way to support this channel. Really appreciate you guys. And if you could, hit the like button down below. It really helps out. And if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, if you guys have some suggestions for this truck, for other trucks on the channel, future videos, anything like that, drop a comment down below. Really appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for the next one. All right, but before we go, I had to give this truck just another shout out. I'm on the road to my buddy's house. He lives about an hour outside of town. And not only do I have the AC and the heater working perfect, this thing's got cruise control. Look at it. My foot's not on the gas. We're maintaining a solid 70 mile an hour. This thing's freaking mint, boys. But anyway, see you next time.